Hi! Today we are going to do Harry Styles duo performances after going solo. I found, I think from the top of my head, 20 and we're gonna rank them. So, since Harry's solo career started, he has done quite a lot of duo performances. Um, Sometimes with the same artist, especially with Stevie Nicks. He did like a lot of them together. Um, and today we're gonna rank them all. So let's go through it a bit chronological at first. So in 2017, that was actually the first time he did a duo performances after One Direction, and it was with Stevie Nicks. In the Troubadour, it was like quite a small venue, small concert, and they did two songs, Landslide and Leather and Lace. And then we have the start of his first tour. In 2018, he performed with Casey Musgraves. She's like an American singer, mostly known from country music. By now, she has like 7 Grammys or 6, even for Album of the Year. But at the time, I think both haven't had their first Grammy win. They performed You're Still the One from Shania Twain. Then in 2019, we have these performances. So there are several of them, again with Casey Musgraves, but now on her tour. Like at the ending of her tour, she performed in Nashville. I think that's where she like grew up. And Harry came out and they performed Space Cowboy, which is like a song of Casey herself. Then we have the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame performances, where especially Stevie Nicks was kind of honored, and he did the speech, and they also performed. We have honorable mention for the rap performance with Stormzy. In 2020, there was only one performance with Lizzo. He did Juice, like the performance. And then actually Love on Tour starts in 2022, 2023, 2024. No, not 2024. In 2022 and 2023, he performed there with a lot of people. Ben Harper, with Boyfriends, with Wolf Alice, No Hard Feelings, like at the last show in Europe. Then we have with Coffee, with Late Night Talking. We have Daryl Braithwaite, The Horses in Australia, Wet Leg and with Wet Dream. And we had the Coachella performances with Shania Twain, with Lizzo. And last summer, we were surprised where he came out at the concert of Stevie Nicks. Oh yeah, it was not her concert, like she was performing, I think, in Hyde Park. And they did like an tribute together. And he came out for 2 songs. And thinking about that was actually very fun, because I don't know if you guys were also in the life of that random guy who suddenly had like 50,000 people in his life. Yeah. So there's a lot to choose from. There are several artists who opened for him during the Love on Tour and the Live on Tour, but they didn't perform a song together. So this is purely about people that he did a collab with and sing with on stage. Okay, and then how are we gonna do that? I'm doing it, but like we have to find some way of organizing this thing. And I was thinking, like, I'm a bit biased because I also really, really love Stevie Nicks. And they performed most together, like 7 times, or 8 maybe even. And other people had also 2 performances with him. So the way I came up with organizing this thing is that from everyone who did a duo performances, I'm gonna pick the top from them and I'm gonna rank them immediately. And then we do all the people that he collabed with only one, or like performed with. And after that, we're gonna rank all the other songs, because otherwise I feel like I can't be very unbiased because I just love Stevie Nicks so much. I love Harry Styles. I think both of them together are so like incredible. And right now the weather is not that good, and especially sometimes when I'm cleaning like my apartment or studio, or how you want to call this type of living, is that I just put on Gypsy and I just want to twirl, and it just makes me very happy. I'm curious if you have a favorite duo performance, if from all of these you're immediately like, yeah, that's my top one or my top three. Please let me know, drop them in the comment section, and let's get started. Because from all the people who did the doubles, we have all of them. And we're gonna start off with Stevie Nicks. Like, they performed the most together, and I do have a favorite one, and I'm also gonna spoil the whole thing immediately because it's my favorite duo performances he did. So it's not like we don't have a cliffhanger. Like, my top one song will be clear immediately. And maybe I shouldn't say that it won't be beaten, but yeah, that's actually the truth. So it will be Leather and Lace that he performed in 2017. Like, I would just suggest to watch the whole thing, but something about them together in relatively a small venue, what I really appreciate about their performances is that, yeah, their vocals match beautifully, but I always feel that in the way they sing together, like Harry really honors Stevie or really let her shine, and just he melts in so beautiful in her, I would say, her aura, or like she has something that you just, at least I radiate to. So yeah, I think that's really, I really appreciate that. And that song is so beautiful. So I would highly recommend to watch the whole thing, but here we have a short clip. Commenting on outfits today, but those trousers, I want them. Then we have Casey. With Casey Musgraves, there were also two, like You're Still the One and her own song, Space Cowboy. From those two, I'm gonna pick You're Still the One, because something about that performance is just so heartwarming. Reasons why I really like this performance. And let's first talk about the outfits, even though it's not an outfit ranking, but them together, like, first of all, Harry in a blue suit and like that beautiful, beautiful guitar with like Doll Stellar on it, like the stars. Yeah, it's just so beautiful. And she really looks like some kind of, it's a rainbow. She looks a bit like a rainbow superhero from outer space, if that makes sense. And them together, I also really, really like in this performance that it is really a ballad, like they really sing together. It's not just two people kind of being anxiously and performing a song together. No, they really interact. It's almost as, yeah, literally they're singing it to each other. And just her vocals, if she starts singing, just to start, let's listen to it for a moment. It's as well. This could easily also be on the number one. I wouldn't be surprised if people choose this as their favorite duo performance. And yeah, let's see this part of the performance. Interesting thing is that when he performed with her, I must say she wasn't like, she's not really known here. I didn't know who she was, but by now, like, she tops Harry with Grammys. Like, I think, not that that is that important, but give her a shout out because she just won a Grammy for Best Country Song this year. And yeah, just makes me happy. Also to see Mitch. I really hope he comes out for the next tour. So where I'm gonna place this, for now I'm gonna place this at place 3. Yeah, it's gotta be the top 3, right? Then we have Lizzo. So he did 3 performances with Lizzo. Juice together. He came to her concert. And at Coachella, she came out with him. They did What Makes You Beautiful and I Will Survive. 3 great performances. I think they match very well in stage presence, in kind of that sort of positivity on stage. And I'm gonna vote Juice as the best song. So that will be ranked highest because it's just a very good song. It's fun. And I really think their performance together is iconic. When they start dancing together, like they do the little step side, and then they're gonna do this one. I don't know if it makes sense. Wait, I'm gonna show you guys. That might be easier. Yeah, so I know what is coming, and I feel like I really like this performance. However, knowing all the others that we still have, I do gonna place it in the top 10. Like, in the end, I found out that with all the duo performance and solo performances, there are like 10. So let's first organize them. I'm gonna place it at 7 or 8 for now. Let's place it at 7 for now. Juice with Lizzo. And then there is one person left with who we collab multiple times, and that's Shania Twain. So they did 2 performances at Coachella together. I Feel Like a Woman and You're Still the One. He also covered it, yes, but today we're not talking about covers, but duo performances. I think that I love their performance of I Feel Like a Woman so much. It was so iconic. Again, like the outfits, I think this is one of the best pieces Harry has ever wore. And just that like, and then he's just waiting for her and she comes down with like the high white boots. Like it's just so iconic. And their stage presence again matched so well. And yeah, I Feel Like a Woman is gonna win. It's gonna be in the top 3 as well. And let's just look for a moment at like their together singing the chorus because it is so good. This thing about me and a woman is the prerogative to have a little fun. I'm totally crazy. Yeah, I'm a lady. Men shirt, short skirts. But also like she was so good, like with the skirt, and that she touched his chest, and that there were just fun playing around on stage in front of 100,000 people. I also really liked in the interlude, like Harry has this specific way of dancing, but she is the same. So like, look at them just having the time of their life. I really love it. And she's so good. Yeah. I'm really glad that he asked her as a performance at Coachella. Yeah. So those were all the duo performances that he did, at least more than one. Then we have all of these performances that Harry duo performed with only once, but it is still quite a list. So we have with Stormzy, like the rap battle, with Ben Harper, he did Boyfriend during Love on Tour, I think in LA, with Wolf Alice, that was on the last show of the European leg in Lisboa. Then we have Together with Coffee, I think that is in Brazil, but I don't know if it is Rio de Janeiro, Sao Paulo. At least it was in Brazil. He did with Daryl Braithwaite. I don't know if I pronounce it correctly, but that's, I think, like an Australian national treasure with the horses. Everyone knew those lyrics. And he performed with Wet Leg. Wet Leg was obviously the opener for the second leg of the European tour. And also in Portugal again, he kind of performed with them together on stage. They came out to sing. I think they did 2 songs. One, Wet Dream at least. But did they also did Bluebird? That's not even the song. Why can't I come up with a song? It's actually one of my favorite songs. Let's go through them one by one in more depth. So first of all, we have the Stormzy performance. So I'm already laughing because that's actually one of the funniest things Harry has ever done. Because at the first part it's just him and he's just like doing like this after him in his yellow suit and then beating some words like coffee shop and Fuzzy Bob. And I feel like I'm currently listening a lot to Kendrick Lamar, especially after the Super Bowl. And then I also don't have the speed and I don't know all the lyrics, but there are some words that just stand out. Like suddenly you are like, mustard! And he does that as well. And look, it's just funny with his coffee shop and Fuzzy Bob. My brothers don't bad, we just Fuzzy Bob. I tell you, don't forget me at the coffee shop. Getting freaky in the streets with taking body shots. Then I'm bringing through a pencil just to top it off, man. I love this. I think it's fun. I think it's a bit different. And for now, where are we gonna place this? 4? 5. 5 it is for now. Maybe it goes to 4, maybe it goes lower, but let's just put Stormzy and Harry there with their Fuzzy Bob performance. Then we have Wolf Alice. I love Wolf Alice. She has like such an angelic voice. They performed No Hard Feelings. So even now thinking about it, like I don't think that Stormzy Fuzzy Bob is gonna beat it, even though it was fun. But No Hard Feelings. If you look at that performance, I would highly recommend watching it. I did watch it before I was making this video, and it just made me think a bit of like, you often see this in movies, right? Where there are like 2 people who then suddenly at the high school play start singing together and no one expects them to be that good and they're just becoming better and better. And I feel like they're just like 2 people who are like very into the song. There's not like a lot of instrumental guidance in the background, and her voice is so beautiful, his voice is so beautiful. Together they are so beautiful, and in between that they hug, and just like, I love this. I think this is also a very good song. For those who saw Wolf Alice as the opener, you're lucky. Yeah, I think for now I'm gonna place this is in place 4 actually. But there is room. There is room to change it up a little as we go. Then we have, who is next on the list? Ben Harper. I'm a bit confused, but doesn't matter. I thought Ben Harper and Boyfriends were later. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that duo performance. I'm just gonna say it. I love Boyfriends. Boyfriend is such a good song. I think it means a lot to Harry. His voice is so good. The lyrics are good. Like, I think a lot of us have been in a relationship or can relate to this feeling that you're just like, this is actually not healthy at all. Or like, this is not good. This person doesn't treat me well. But yeah, I also like this person. And it's just, I think he's written this quite well. And why I'm not a big fan of it is that I feel like the duo performances, it doesn't add a lot. So it's not you can mostly hear Harry's song. His voice is so beautiful. I don't really feel that connection between the two. It's just, I think this is my least favorite that he has done from all of them. Um, and the only positive is that it is Boyfriends, because that's such a good song, and like I'm happy that I saw it live, and I don't tolerate any hate on that song. And his opening speech at Coachella for the song will always be iconic. But yeah, this is just a short clip to demonstrate what I mean. While I'm like, yeah, I just don't feel that the duo performance adds a lot. Like, I think I would have been more content if I were at that show that he just sang. You get what I mean? Yeah, watch the whole performance and you get it better, I guess. So I'm gonna place that on the last one, and you could say, yeah, place it on the bottom, but as again, we're doing just the top 10 first, and then everyone who has performed several times are gonna go after 10, because otherwise it won't, I don't like it. Then it will just be Stevie Nicks probably from 1 to 7, maybe a bit of Casey and Shania in between, and then it's not that fun, right? There are a couple left. Let's go to Brazil with Coffee. Oh, I love that performance. That is actually, if like a lot of the other songs are like songs that aren't originally from Harry, but Late Night Talking is. And I respect Coffee so much because he just makes those lyrics completely his own. If you were at a different concert and Coffee would start performing this, I think it would take you a moment to be like, oh, this is actually a Harry Styles song. The way he just grooves with those lyrics, it's just so fun. And I don't think that performance gets the love and attention that it deserves. So let's listen to a moment together. And yeah. If you ever feel alone, this is my phone. I'll be around when the sun goes down. I'll pick you up in such and such. I've got a crush, hope it's not too much. I've got a plan, I'ma come to your town. I'm driving in a taxi. Yeah, I ain't never knew I would fall for you when it's real if you ask me. Yeah. So then the question is, where is this gonna go? Are we gonna place this at 6? Yeah, I'm thinking, I know that the Horses is next. And I'm thinking already in my head, like, is it going to top the Horses? I don't think so. So then it means that it goes on place 8. Is it better than the performance with Lizzo? It might be. Let's just place it at 8 for now. And then we go to the Horses with Daryl Braithwaite. I didn't know that song, I didn't know that man, but I do remember watching the live because it was on the other end of the world, so it was daytime here, and that I was like, okay, who is this person? But the crowd went wild. Everyone knew the lyrics, and it was like a song. The chorus was like over and over at the end. Harry was having the time of his life, but that crowd, I loved that. And I felt like it is probably just like a national treasure kind of thing. I researched it before this video, and it kind of is like, it is a song that is often at weddings, sport events, where people on road trips, it just has this like national treasure ID that everyone knows this song and you could hear it in the crowd. But besides that, like the two of them also had like a really fun interaction style, because I felt like it was just him enjoying that he had this stage, and he was like, yeah, okay, we're gonna see where this goes. And Harry was like that happy kid who has like eaten too much sugar, because he was like all over that stage and he was like running. And yeah, I love that. And I think The Horse is actually a beautiful song. If you listen to the lyrics also, I can understand why it is, why they also asked him. And I really like that they did that, because it also feels a bit like honoring the place that you go to. And Australia and New Zealand, unfortunately, don't get a lot of shows often. So that yeah, I love it. And I'm gonna place that at 7, 6. 6. And I'm gonna show you a clip for a moment so that you can see like him running around, but just them together. So then there is only one left, I think. Only Wet Leg. Let me preference. I love Wet Leg. I listened to that album so much. I've seen them 3 times, I think, during the shows. They're great. However, I don't think that the performance was that great. I love Wet Dream. I think when Harry covered it, it was one of his best covers. I love the song on its own. And like, let's be honest, that was also not the idea to give like the most outstanding performance, right? They were just nearing the end of the whole Love on tour. They just done this awesome tour all over Europe, the most iconic locations, and it was just celebrating them on stage, having fun. So that's why I'm not gonna place it that high, but that has more to do with like this specific performance rather than the song or them together, because I do think they match great. And I can also see why this might be someone's favorite of every performance. But for now, I'm gonna place it at 9. So then our top 10 looks like this. Are we happy with this? I think actually that I'm gonna let it stand like this. I could think that maybe the performance with Stormzy could be a bit lower, but I just think this is so iconic and like on Harry like with every other song that he did. So no, I'm gonna stand by this. This is actually this is the top 10. And then we still have a lot of songs left. Mostly songs that he performed together with the other people already that we discussed. So we have 6 other performances with Stevie Nicks. We have You're Still the One with Shania. We have Space Cowboy with Casey. We have with Coachella, Lizzo, What Makes You Beautiful and You Will Survive. I'm not gonna discuss all of them because then this video is gonna get so lengthy. And it will mostly be me raving about Stevie Nicks, and let's just make that in a different video where it is actually about Stevie Nicks. I am gonna say that I was really doubting between the performance of Leather and Lace in 2017 or the Landslide performance that they did last summer, because that was such a beautiful performance. And one of the things that I really like is, one, it is such an interesting to see him from 2017 to 2024, like this really like a young adult and an adult. But what I really like in 2024 was the sentiment of him really being there for her on stage. You could see how much that whole performance meant for her. And I think it was absolutely so beautiful. So that was a really hard thing to choose between. Of course, there are so many good performances between the two of them. I also really like when they did Stop Drinking Around at the Rock Hall of Fame and Landslide during the One Night Only. Like, if you were at that One Night Only, like, you're lucky. You're a favorite child of the universe. So I've kind of ranked it like this for now. So we have Stevie Nicks Landslide 2024. We have the one at the One Night Only Landslide at 13. In between, You're Still the One with Shania Twain. Like, that's a beautiful performance. Highly recommend to watch that one over. We have then Stevie Nicks Stop Dragging My Heart Around in 2019, like where she was honored at the Rock Hall of Fame. We have Space Cowboy with Casey, which is fun because you also learn to appreciate new artists and new songs, right? And then we have again 2017 Stevie with Landslide. We have 2024 Stevie with Stop Dragging My Heart Around. And at last, I have Coachella. I love their performances together, but it won't beat the other performances with Stevie. Then I have at 18 Lizzo, It What Makes You Beautiful. And we have Coachella Lizzo, I Will Survive. Then we are already nearing the end of this video. I really liked making this video, but also like kind of doing the research, because I did forget certain duo performances, especially from Love on Tour. I was like, oh yeah, he did that. It could be that I still haven't found them all. But yeah, for now, these were the ones that I could find and could think of. I hope you like this video. I would love if you could comment your favorite duo performance that he did. And it would be very helpful to click on the follow, like, I don't know exactly how you call that, like, subscribe, that kind of thing. And for now, I'm wishing you a great day. Bye!